we live? Yes, we're live! Hello, and welcome back to, we're gonna say the Adam Sandler podcast, because that's what this has turned into. Yes, hello, and welcome to the Adam Sandler podcast, and this very joyous episode where we're gonna take a deep dive into one of Adam Sandler's movies, as we do. Well, sometimes we do several movies, like last week, which was Hell Week, when we watched 3 movies. This week, we only watched 1 movie, and it was a good one. But first, let me introduce you to my trusty co-host and friend, Christopher.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Christopher. Right, so this week, we watched the I guess the first official, I don't want to say that, but good, Adam Sandler movie. And, it's Punch Drunk Love. His first foray into, like, serious acting. And,
well, I'd say Bulletproof was his first.
Oh, sure.
Not a good one, but at least he tried to be serious acting there.
Yeah, okay. But, I mean, okay, fair enough. But that one was a big fail. So...
Yeah, I mean, this is the first good movie that was, well, was this a box office hit?
I don't know about box office hit. It's a little indie movie. It won a bunch of awards. It's very well. It was very well received. Okay. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson won for Best Director at Cannes? Venice? I don't remember. Some film festival. It was nominated for Best Movie. I think even Adam Sandler was nominated. I mean, I'm just making stuff up here. Let me look. It was nominated for, let's see here. It was nominated for Golden Globe. And that was Best Performance by an Actor in a motion picture, comedy, or musical. Adam Sandler. So he was nominated for Golden Globe. That's something. Then American Cinema Editors, the Best Edited Movie. Leslie Jones. Not comedian Leslie Jones, I think. I haven't looked it up. But I don't think she edited it. If she did, that's cool. Yes, here it is. Cannes. Best Director, winner. It was nominated for Palme d'Or, the big prize. Or he was nominated, the director, Paul Thomas Anderson. Then some smaller ones, Central Ohio Film Critics Association. It won some awards for Best Picture, Best Director. Chicago Film Critics Association Award. Clotrudis Awards. Never even heard of that one. Gijon International Film Festival. Gold Derby. Golden Schmoes Awards. Il Festival Nacional de Dopaggio Voci nell'Ombra. It was nominated for Best Male Voice. Massimo Rossi. Oh, I think that was a dubbing award.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it was nominated for that as well. Yeah, and a bunch of other MTV Movie and TV Awards. Best Kiss. Nominee. Okay, nominee. Between Adam Sandler and Emily Watson.
Well, yeah, okay.
I think it's the one in the back, the one on the posters. I think it's that one. Yeah. And it's on our background. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yes. Anyway, bunch of awards. It was well received by critics as well. It has, as of speaking, a 7.8 Metascore, 7.8 out of 100. And let's see if I can the budget. I read somewhere about it. Let's see if I can find it again. Nope. I don't have it pulled up. So I actually don't know, but I know it was a critical success, and I value that. I mean, I value both, of course, but I think I value critical success over financial success. This is me, the way I watch movies. But yeah, let's we kind of got ahead of ourselves. First of all, what was your reaction when you first saw the movie the first time? Because I know that you've seen it before.
Yeah, because I got introduced to this movie by a mutual friend, and he, I don't know, we were talking about Adam Sandler generally, and that was, I'd say that's when I started to stray. I started to realize he wasn't that good, and yeah, I moved on.
Yeah.
So we were talking, I don't remember exactly what we were talking about that I didn't like Adam Sandler. I used to, but I don't anymore. And he said, "Well, have you seen Punch Drunk Love?"
Yeah. And
And I
this
said,
this would
"Mm,
probably
well,
be around like 2005, 6 maybe.
um, later than
Oh, okay,
2006.
later than that. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't know him
Oh no,
before
that's true.
2006.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so maybe 2007.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, no, I haven't seen that one. And he said, you need to watch it. It's a great movie. And I was skeptical,
Yeah.
because it was an Adam Sandler movie. But
it's actually good. I promise.
and also that it's like this small movie that
Yeah.
nobody really heard about, and but well, I saw it, and it was one of those moments when you know that a movie is great, but you can't really put into words why, because I don't think I was I didn't get it. I knew there was something about it, but I didn't really grasp what it was. So
Yeah.
I recognized it was good, but I never saw it again.
Yeah. I was very similar. I think I heard about it around the same time, maybe a year or later, earlier or something like that, but pretty close to the release of the movie. And I remember, yeah, the first time I saw it, I don't even know. I think I was an Adam Sandler fan at that point. So I watched this, and it was definitely different, very different, but similar to other Adam Sandler movies. And I remember thinking it wasn't really my thing. It was weird, and even now it is a weird movie. And I didn't really get it then. I think I wanted to like it because of our mutual friend who introduced us to it. And I know I'd seen other movies by the same director, Paul Thomas Anderson. I'd seen Magnolia before this, and I think I'd seen, what's it called, Heart 8, his first movie. I think I'd seen that one. And I did like Magnolia. I'm not sure I got Magnolia, but I did like it. But this one is like, no, I don't get it. It's good, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't rewatch it until many years later. And well, I'll save that for now because that's the same reaction I had to it as this time. But what was your reaction watching it now?
I'd say I understood it this time.
Me too.
There was a lot of these things because I read a comment of the movie on YouTube or whatever, which encapsulated really great. It was the first time I saw this movie. It only made me stressed, angry, and sad. And now, then I saw, and so I hated it. And then I saw it a few years later. Then I realized that's what the movie wanted me to feel.
Yeah.
Now it's my top 5 movies.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's similar because it really wants to evoke that anxious, stress feeling constantly, and you're not having fun watching this movie.
No, no, it's stressful all the way up until the end, basically.
Yeah, but it is that saying that art just needs to provoke a real emotion, then it's good art.
Yeah, exactly.
and I think it's great because it does exactly what it wanted to do, and it's a kind of an interesting story of two broken people finding each other, and there's a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of weird speculations you can go down different routes, and it's really beautiful. I'd say it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, visually and I guess dramaturgically.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It was just I gotta reiterate, it was such a nice change for this podcast to actually sit down. I was like, I guess just gotta get through it because I was a little skeptical because I hadn't seen it in many years. It was like, maybe I don't like it, so I just put it on Sunday night and just sat down and watched it. It was like, about 20 minutes in, I really like this. This is really good.
Yeah. So yeah, I love it. It's great. It's a great movie, and I will definitely rewatch this several times.
Yeah, Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's familiarize the audience a little bit with it. Let's watch a little bit of the what's it called? Trailer. Why can't I get the trailer up? Hello? What? Oh, sorry. There it is. Well, it's very small. There. Why is it upside down? What? Oh, wait. There we go. I don't know what happened. The window was upside down. And now it's what? There we go. It was mirrored and upside down. Now, there we go. I told you before we started streaming, like, I got everything checked out. I didn't check that out because I wasn't prepared for the one for it being upside down. But anyway, here is a bit of we'll watch like a minute of the trailer just to familiarize ourselves with the trailer and play. Oh yeah, and I found these clips are actually in HD for once.
I wanted to ask you something because you're a doctor.
Adam Sandler actor.
Yeah.
Bob Smigel.
Like myself sometimes.
It's like one of the few.
Help me.
Harry, I'm a dentist.
Hi, this is Georgia.
This is Barry Egan.
So what do you do, Barry?
I have my own business. We have a non-breakable handle. Let me demonstrate for you.
You're married, aren't you?
No.
Harry, that's your sister.
There's this friend of mine from work, and I want you to meet her. This is Lena.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Must be weird for you to have so many sisters.
Actually, no. It's very nice.
Remember we used to call you gay boy and get all mad?
What's that?
Oh my god. Yeah, that's where that scene. Oh my god. Talking about stressful.
What do you like?
I didn't want to get too far along going out and be hiding something.
This is Barry.
Hey, it's Georgia.
How did you get this number?
I was wondering if maybe you could help me out with some money.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry.
You've just made a war for yourself that you can't afford.
I'm going to Hawaii on Friday.
Hawaii? I was thinking about going there.
Really?
Oh, and in the middle of that scene, he's having that phone call. It is very stressful. Yeah, no, like watching the trailer, it doesn't really
This is Barry.
You canceled
No.
your credit
convey
card.
that.
That's a bunch of bull! Get your supervisor
But Jesus
on
Christ.
the phone.
Yeah.
What's your name,
Oh yeah.
sir? You're sick. No.
You know what?
Shut up!
We'll save that scene because I have that one queued up later. Right. So that's basically what the movie's about. It's about Lena and what is it? Barry Egan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Falling in love, and then there's this subplot about him being scammed by a phone sex line, and him figuring out a loophole, or I guess a flaw in some like coupon system where you can get frequent flyer miles.
Which is actually a real story.
Yeah, I read about that. Some like a lawyer or something figured out that he could get frequent flyer miles super cheap, just like in the movie. What is it? He spends in the movie it's like $3,000 and he can travel around the world.
Yeah, it's
several
the real
times or
story. What actually happened and what's in the movie is that if he spends $3,000, he gets 1.5 or 1.4 million flyer miles, frequent flyer miles. So that's and he says with that much you never have to pay for an airline ticket ever again in your life.
Yeah. Which ties into the love story later. So it's like, why is he so obsessed with? Oh, hey, he had a point in the movie. But yeah, let's start though by discussing why this is and isn't an Adam Sandler a typical Adam Sandler movie, like Happy Gilmore.
So I was watching like a small clip with what is he Mark Kermode.
Yeah. Very good.
Where he had some when he was recommending movies to pick up for a Friday night. And he had one with this movie.
Okay.
And he said something really interesting about this, that this is an Adam Sandler movie in every way.
Pretty much.
Except that in regular Adam Sandler movies like Happy Gilmore and those movies,
Yeah.
there we are meant. He's supposed to be likable and childish and fun, but we do the exact same beats. It's the same things like original, but in this one, he's supposed to be scary and broken and unpredictable, and yeah, we're not really supposed to like him that much. Yeah. So it's a perfect Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he is insecure. He is childish. He's violent, very violent, but in a very different way in this movie. And it's kind of a not coming of age story like Billy Madison or I guess Happy Gilmore, but more like a coming out of your shell movie.
Yeah.
Sort of like The Waterboy, more like.
Yeah.
But yet it has all those beats. It even has, which is one of the few flaws of the movie, it has the love interest kind of just magically falls in love with this super awkward, weird, kind of uncomfortable guy. But that is, they make it a thing why she falls in love with him, or at least is interested in him, because they're kind of the same, even though we don't really see that from her too much. But it even has that. It's like in Billy Madison, like, why does she like Billy Madison? I don't know. And here's like, because he's childish, he's entitled, he's violent, he's stupid. And Barry is the same. He's violent, he's nervous, he's childish, he can barely talk to people, and for some reason she just likes him.
Yeah.
But here it makes sense.
Yeah, because in this one it's framed as he has some kind of personality disorder. In a regular Adam Sandler movie, he's just not like normal people.
Yeah, he's just
this
obnoxious.
In this one, he's actually has. They don't say what, but it's obvious he has some kind of
something
diagnose, and it's hard for him to live, and he needs help.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault, obviously.
Yeah, no. That's the clip from the trailer when we meet all the sisters. That's why he's severely screwed up.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You only really have, except for the one sister, which we see a few times. We only get that one scene with all the sisters, and my God, it is it is terrifying.
And I gotta say, this movie has some great sound design overall. Just the music and the sounds around it, everything, it just really conveys the feelings of every scene.
Oh yeah. Like how all the dialogues in that scene, specifically that scene.
Yeah, but also there's like this like chaotic music in the background, and there's weird sounds just in the background all the time to distract you from everything that's happening. Yeah. So you always feel stressed, and it's a lot, even though there's only like 3 people talking in a scene.
Yeah, and I think that's also to convey how stressed Barry is. Like in his mind, that is what he's hearing. I put some. I don't know if you can't hear it. It's only on the stream, but I have that music in the background here because that's what it sounds like all the time in the movie. And I would say the only thing that isn't really like an Adam Sandler movie, other than quality of directing and writing, is that I wouldn't call Barry Egan like an underachiever or a slacker. I mean, he runs his own company. It's not the most successful one, but he even says when he talks to the phone sex lady that he wants to diversify and expand the company. So I guess that's the only like big difference.
Yeah, I think that because that was a thing that I was thinking about throughout the movie, because he's, as you said, stupid. How can he? Because he has his own company with like a lot of employees, and I mean, it's not nothing. But maybe he is a smart guy. He just have this diagnosis, and he can't work with people. But when he's alone, maybe he can think, and maybe he can.
I think that's also part of why they have the frequent flyer miles thing. Like, he has obviously figured that out by only like watching the commercial for it. So I think he has a keen mind that way, and that's how he has managed to build this company for himself. Because it's and that's also, I guess, like part of his quirk, that it doesn't look. The company's run out of a like almost empty. It's not a storefront. It's like an empty. What do you call it? Lagerlokal. Warehouse, like an empty warehouse, yeah. So he doesn't have a sign. He probably doesn't advertise too much because I mean he mostly sells to like bigger companies. He doesn't sell to private persons. So he's figured out a way to make money without having to interact with too many people.
Yeah.
It's like I guess it kind of works with the character. Yeah, it is very much an Adam Sandler character like that. He's figured out his way in his own way. Yeah. But I want to talk about one of the few flaws, and it's not even that big of a flaw, but that's what I found as a flaw. I think. Oh no, what is her name? Emily.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. Wait.
Emily Watson.
Emily Watson, yes, Emily Watson, or Lena Leonard, as she's called in the movie. Like I said before, it is when she first starts approaching him, courting him, whatever you want to call it, it feels a little like, why? It feels strange.
Yeah.
And throughout the movie, we get little hints at why she's interested in him. And we get a little bit of backstory to her and why that would make her attracted to him.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't get a lot of character development for her character, for Lena Leonard.
No.
And I think that is maybe the only flaw in the movie. She isn't as fleshed out as she could have been.
Yeah, but I think purely speculation here. I have nothing to back this up. Yeah. But I think that's on purpose, because there's this thing when he's, I don't know if you noticed, when he's in the supermarket and looking for the pudding cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see in the background in that scene?
I heard you're supposed to see someone in the background. I only saw an old guy in one clip.
Yeah. So in the entire scene after the old guy,
okay,
the rest of the scene,
yeah,
someone in a red dress is following him.
Yeah, I read about that, and I was like, well, I didn't notice anyone.
Yeah, I went back in the movie and rewatched it just because I didn't see when I was watching it, but then I saw it because that does make that switches the power balance in a way to make her like she's stalking him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's hints that she is maybe even worse than he is, broken and weird, and that's why we don't see it. Because if we were introduced more to her character, we would see the bad side of her.
Oh, okay.
So to speak. That's one theory that I have, but it's not really that fleshed out, so I can't really explain it. But yeah. So I forgive that because I think that's the point.
Oh, sure, yeah, and we have the scene that is, I guess, supposed to show that they are similar. The scene in it's in Hawaii, when they are in Hawaii. You have the scene where they're in bed. And she like first starts out like kind of regular pillow talk. She wants to bite his what's it called, chin, yeah, and then bite his lip. And it's like, okay, and that's fine. And then he says he wants to smash her face in with a sledgehammer. I was like, ooh, I remember that made me really uncomfortable when I was younger. Like, why did you say that? And still, it's kind of weird. But she reciprocates and says she wants to suck his eyeball out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're both weird.
Yeah.
But just thinking of, in reality, that's a big chance to take. Like, should I say that I want to smash her face in? Maybe that'll weird her out, but I'm gonna go for it. I want to smash her face in with a sledgehammer.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, this can go two ways. Either she loves it, or she's gonna run away. I'm gonna do it. But then, it does work out because they're two peas in a pod like that. They're strange, and I wish we had a little more. I should go back and watch that scene to see if I can spot her in the convenience store. But I still feel we could have had a little more with her being weird, I suppose, or being like maybe just a little bit. The movie isn't even that long. It could have been, I don't know, like 5 minutes or something. The movie still would be like an hour 40, so that'll be fine. But that is the only thing I really have to complain about. It's not even the complaint, it's just a little thing. Other than that, everything's great. I might be a little influenced, like I said before, because we watched so many real Adam Sandler movies before this. But I mean, it is a great movie.
And I think we have a little more appreciation of the movie because we, at this point, kind of know the formula of an Adam Sandler movie and can spot those things in a good
like
movie.
This. Yeah. Even I would say, we mentioned. I mentioned the directing is great. I haven't watched. I was gonna say it wasn't that long since I saw a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but I saw Phantom Thread. What was that? Last year or the year before? I don't remember. And he has you can more so like back then, early 2000s than now, but you could definitely like tell it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. With some of the cinematography, and just the style of everything. It's kind of timeless, but kind of retro. I don't know, the way people dress, and a little bit in like, I don't know how things are framed in the movie. Just makes me. It has a distinct feeling and style to everything. It's such a contrast to Mr. Deeds, like Stephen Brill. Like this is a perfect way to explain when I said that the directing is terrible in Mr. Deeds, because you can't tell that a person made that movie. They just plopped up a camera and filmed it. Here there's emotion in every frame of the movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is an actual like artist makes this one.
Yeah.
it's the thing that we've been talking about for as long as we've known each other.
Yeah.
The difference between art and the product.
Yeah.
And a regular Adam Sandler movie, that's just a product. It's just as the Marvel movies. It's just a product. It's not art. It's just a product.
Yeah. Ooh, not really related, but just speaking of products, I noticed that because there is a similarity between this and Billy Madison, in that there is like a focus on pudding cups. Because he mentions snack packs a lot in Billy Madison, and he receives like a 12-pack of snack packs at one point. And I was thinking of that, and I looked it up. What is it called? Like Health Choice or Healthy Food or something, the brand in this movie. Not a sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a sponsor. However, and I didn't know this, and we didn't talk about that, because I don't think any of us knew that. The snack packs in Billy Madison are Jello brand, the Jello. And that was actually a sponsor for the movie. That was an ad in the movie. The snack packs. That's why he mentions them. God damn it! I found that out by reading trivia for this movie. So it actually started way before Happy Gilmore. Way before. One movie before.
Wow.
Anyway, back to Punch Drunk Love. So yeah, there's no obvious ads in this movie, at least.
No.
That's a good thing. That's another thing that is not very Adam Sandler.
Yeah. So.
No.
I don't know if it's. I just want to talk about it. The Superman theory.
Yes, I read about this as well. Yeah.
Yeah. How much did you read about it?
I read the color palette of the movie and specifically his blue suit. And then there mostly visual things. Like there's some scene where her dress, she's wearing a red dress, and it flows in the wind, and that's supposed to look like the red cape of Superman. But on her instead of him, I don't know.
Yeah. So
And then
from
the scene
what I
where he
gather,
tries to fly. There's a scene where he tries to fly.
yeah.
Oh.
So from what I gathered, it's not a Superman movie, but it's
No.
it's is it an allegory? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a Superman movie, and in that context, she is not a love interest. She is the Superman part of Clark Kent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So in the beginning of the movie, he has the blue suit and a blue tie. Then when he kisses her for the first time, from there on he has a blue suit and a red tie because it's the red S.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Because he has started to accept who he is, and then at the end of the movie, when he sits at the piano and she comes up behind him,
Yeah.
she wraps her arms around him,
Yeah.
as the cape.
Oh.
Because he has a red dress on.
Oh, okay.
And then there's that. Then there's the car crash at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's the pod crashing into Earth from space.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then because I was watching a long YouTube video, and I don't believe this. I don't think this is the point, but I think it's interesting.
Okay.
So, but the car crash, and then in the original Superman movie,
Yeah.
with Reeves, there is in the pod there's a crystal, which he uses to create the solitude of the fortress.
Yeah, Fortress of Solitude. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And in the Fortress of Solitude, there's all these like weird glass pipes everywhere.
Yeah.
So in this theory, the car crash is the pod crashing to space. The piano is the crystal, which he puts in his glass office with these glass tubes everywhere, which is the plungers.
Okay.
And- Yeah. And then there's the color palette of the sisters are green because they are his kryptonite. So every time they are mentioned, he is weakened and gets a.
Yeah, that's true.
And the frequent flyer miles. That's he's learning how to fly.
Yeah. Okay.
When he fights, he gets super strength. When he fights with the brothers.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of interesting points, but I think it's the same like as in Shining.
Yeah, it's
you just
analysis.
You find things that fit into your theory and ignore everything else.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of interesting points that support the theory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, there's his enemy in the movie doesn't have a name. He's just the Mattress Man, just as a super villain.
That's true.
And then there's also this thing that in the what is it called, the mattress shop?
Oh yeah. I don't. It has some name. I don't remember.
Yeah. In his office, the Mattress Man has an old piano.
Oh yeah.
Which is that he once had his Fortress of Solitude, but he has fallen.
Okay.
and when he says when he confronts the Mattress Man and says, I'm
a good man.
Yeah, and I have love, and I'm stronger than you can ever know.
Yeah.
Then the Mattress Man accepts this because the Mattress Man also knows what love is, and he had that once, just as a real supervillain.
Right.
So there's a lot of interesting things.
Yeah. I was thinking because I know that one of these like indie directors that start out around the same time was slated to make a superhero movie. Not Superman, but I think Batman. It wasn't And I thought maybe it is Paul Thomas, but it wasn't Paul Thomas Anderson.
Ah.
It was the guy that made Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan, whatever his name is, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So that could have been a connection there. But I know, like, I was just, while you were talking, I was trying to find, like, does Paul Thomas Anderson like comic books? Maybe there's something in there. And it turns out I just found here, just quickly found an old article on Cinema Blend. See if we can get it up on screen. That wasn't the right one. If I do this, just so we can read along. There we go. Inherent Vice director Paul Thomas Anderson is known for making ultra-serious, lately very complicated movies. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Complicated movies for film lovers. It's highly unlikely in this day and age of multi-billion-dollar summer blockbuster movies that he'll ever make one of the highest-grossing films of the year. As a result, some may assume this means the author looks down on superhero movies. However, this is not the case. Turns out, Anderson is actually a big fan of superhero movies. Furthermore, he goes into detail explaining how they are essentially unjustly branded by people who don't like them. Oh no. I didn't read it through before, I just found it. When asking a recent
Stop reading! This is not on brand for you!
I know! When asking in a recent interview with Rolling Stone what he thought of the current state of movies and the complaints about American filmmaking and the abundance of superhero flicks, he broke it all down for us. This was in 2015? I know I was complaining back then, but other people were as well.
Oh, yeah. People complained since, like, Iron Man 2.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is a quote. Oh, that's such a fucking crock of shit. I can't remember a year in recent memory where there were less complaints about the quality of movies and what's wrong with superhero movies. You know, I don't know. You're talking to someone that enjoys watching those films. People need to get a life if they're having that discussion. Laughs. Huh. Those movies get a bad rap. All right. God fucking damn it.
You have to make an angry video about him now.
No. Look here, listen. I don't hate the superhero movies. There's just I don't like the franchising behind it, and I don't like some of the movies because they're just, in my opinion, just. They're not, objectively, not good movies. Or yes, subjectively. But I like some of them. I like the Ant-Man. Anyway, back to
yeah.
what we're talking about. Punch Drunk Love. So maybe there's something to the Superman thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe there was a lot of things he just put in for his sake.
Yeah. And I mean,
and then people picked up on it.
Yeah, and also Superman is like a quintessential hero's journey, like coming to terms with who you are and finding your inner strength, and becoming a better person, which is the Superman story. It's very reminiscent of Man of Steel, for some reason. Maybe Man of Steel is a good. No. Anyway, so yeah, but is there anything else about the Superman?
Oh, no, I think that there's a lot of more things, details,
okay.
but those are the major big things.
They start grasping.
Oh, yeah. There was, like, for example, there's when the flying scene, when he jumps.
Yeah.
And it sort of looks like he's doing the Superman flying pose. In the background, at that point, if you pause, there's a red arrow.
Oh, God.
Because... red.
Well, yeah, but that could also be interpreted as him. I mean, technically, that is a scene of him running away from his problems, but it's also the first time he is like faced with his problems. So the arrow, I guess, the arrow is pointing away from his problems. It's supposed to. You see, you can find all sorts of things.
Yeah. So. But speaking of the mattress man.
Yes.
You had a clip.
Yes, I had. Yeah, we can do that one first. It's one of them. Whenever there are these, a lot of these, like compilations on YouTube of great acting throughout the ages, part 12 of 25 or something. This is one of the scenes that often comes up. More so though in the like comedic compilations because it is kind of funny the way they talk to each other.
Yeah.
In the context of the movie, it's not funny, but just the way the dialogue is written, it is kind of, it's kind of, I don't know, it's funny.
Yeah, because in this scene you really feel for Barry. Is his name?
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah, you really feel for Barry, and you're on his side.
Yeah, because Mattress
Feel
Man.
the anger.
Yeah, Mattress Man is such an asshole. He is terrible. Yeah, that's also like he's just a supervillain. He's pure evil.
Yeah.
There's not a redeeming bone in his body. So let's play that clip. But first, we got a comment here from one of my patrons. Yeah. Hi guys, sorry I didn't see this from the beginning. Are you going through Sandler's filmography, moving towards Uncut Gems? Yes, of course, Rasmus. You should check out the backlog. This is just one of many interesting podcasts we've made about Adam Sandler.
Which episode is this?
This is
Adam Sandler podcast?
I think this is the 6th.
Oh.
I think so, 6th or 7th. Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, the point is to go through his entire career. And speaking, we'll speak about that off air. I got some. Anyway, let's watch the clip. Play. It's and we'll watch from here. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but.
Hi, this is Janice, the operator. Who's this?
Okay, this is Barry Egan.
Oh yeah, Rasmus mentions again. I love Hoffman and Sandler acting in that scene. Yeah, because this is the scene that even people that haven't seen the movie have seen this scene, especially when Hoffman enters the scene.
Yeah.
And this is also at the point the way he's acting. He never talks to people like this, not even his sisters. But at this point, he has something to fight for. He has because him and Lena become a couple basically. They're dating. They're going out.
And he's really been pushed to the edge.
Yeah,
here.
and she's something he can find care about for real. And in the previous scene, she was hurt by Mattress Man. So this is him really coming out of his shell.
Shut up. Will you shut up?
He's even mean to her. It's just.
You're in trouble, honey.
Who's this?
Hello, sir. My name's Barry Egan. I called your service the
Why
other
don't you
night.
shut the fuck up?
Oh, what's that?
I said calm down and shut the fuck up. What's the problem?
The problem is, if you give me a chance to explain, one of your employees, that girl who I was just speaking with, has been threatening me, and 4 blonde gentlemen just attacked me.
He's still trying to be
smashed
nice
my
though.
car,
4 blonde gentlemen.
and hurt my girl.
All right, go fuck yourself. That shit has nothing to do with me. All right, I run a legitimate business here.
No!
Listen to me. What's your name? Answer me.
Oh my God! It's Adam Sandler.
I'm Barry Egan.
There he is. That's the Adam Sandler we know.
You're a bad person. You have no right taking people's confidence in your service. You understand me, sir? You're sick. No. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! You have no right to take shut up! Will you shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
One more?
Now!
Okay.
Are you threatening me, Dick?
Why don't you go fuck yourself!
Oof.
Fuck!
How? Why does he get so? Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes, I did.
That wasn't good. You're dead.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman's character here, Mattress Man. I think they mentioned his name once. I don't know.
I
Mattress
don't
Man.
think they do.
He is. He's more like how Adam Sandler used to act in his movies, other movies.
Yeah.
He's just a prick, a terrible person. And I mean, I understand why he gets angry, but just from our perspective, he has no reason to get angry.
No.
He is the bad guy in this scenario.
Yeah. But I mean, just this scene really shows that what I've said before, that Adam Sandler is great at playing small people's quiet people who explode.
Yeah.
Because he's a master at exploding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The problem is that in his regular movies, he explodes for no reason. We don't have any build up. We don't have any. It just comes out from left field and it's annoying. And usually it explodes at really stupid things.
Yeah. But here
It's never like in this point where this is an actual criminal trying to blackmail and beat him up, or
Yeah.
send guys to beat him up.
Yeah.
Then you have then it's okay. Then it's serious. Then you can explode. Not like I don't even know in Happy Gilmore.
Getting
Yeah.
angry because I don't know.
Yeah, someone ridicules him when he's trying to play golf.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The clown thing at Happy Land. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking of the Clive Barker. No, not Clive Barker. That's not his name. No, the old guy. What's his name?
Bob Barker. Yeah.
Bob Barker. Yeah. Yeah, that exploding in that situation is
the hockey
not
coach in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No.
So
Here it is
that's
justified.
the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I wonder then. I don't know if Paul Thomas Anderson had Adam Sandler in mind when he wrote the character, because it kind of feels like that.
I'm quite certain. I don't know, but Paul Thomas Anderson, doesn't he really like to write for specific actors? Isn't that like his thing?
I know he's done that with some movies. I know Phantom Thread was written for.
Yeah, wasn't
whatever his name
most of Magnolia written?
That might be true, actually. I don't know.
Because I've always got that impression that he writes with actors in mind, always.
Oh yeah, and it makes sense, and maybe that's why he kind of like Adam Sandler, he uses a lot of the same actors in many movies.
Yeah. And also that's because when he was screening Magnolia at Cannes, I think, there was a Q&A. This was also from Mark Kermode. Because he was there, and someone asked, "What's your next project?" And he said flatly, an Adam Sandler movie."
Yeah,
and everybody laughed because they thought it was a joke, but nope, it wasn't.
No, it's
So
true.
I think he had the Adam Sandler formula and everything in mind when he wrote the movie.
That makes sense then, and then it's not just internet film critics and armchair armchair critics finding realizing this. There is an actual Adam Sandler formula.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think definitely he'd seen Adam Sandler movies and he knew how to make them, to make a good one.
Yeah, he saw potential.
Yeah,
and
like this formula, it could work if you frame it correctly.
Yeah, and that's kind of the interesting thing, because we're going to discuss that more as we see some more of his serious movies. More of his serious movies, because this is his first proper serious movie, other than maybe Bulletproof. That even though he usually, even like in this one, he plays a Adam Sandler character, but if you just have the right director and the right writer, like, and maybe take some creative control away from Adam Sandler, because he is a producer in most of his like comedies, but here I'm pretty sure he's just an actor. He's good. I mean, he's not great.
No,
he has some range, but I mean, I don't want to critique him too much, especially not when we're talking about this movie. But there's the scene when he talks to the only like Adam Sandler buddy who's in this movie, Bob Smigel. In the beginning, plays one of the sister's husbands. He talks about getting a phone number for a shrink or a therapist. And he tells him that sometimes you start crying for no reason, and then he starts crying in that scene. That scene it didn't convince me.
Oh, really?
No, it didn't. I mean, that scene in general, but when he starts crying, it was just he's not crying. It felt weird, but it's just a little thing.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, he's great in this movie.
Yeah.
And spoilers for some of the other movies we can talk about. In his more serious roles, especially some of them towards the end, now towards the almost at end of his career, but when we're getting to today, not this Adam Sandler, he has done some really good acting in some of the movies. So I just think that if he puts in some effort and works with the right people, he can make great movies. And Punch Drunk Love is a testament to that.
Yeah, but that's also the $1 billion question with Adam Sandler. Does he want to make good movies?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think he. I don't know. I don't know. We discussed it off air. I don't know if we briefly mentioned it on air. The week before last week, we talked about when he accepted his award for best acting or something at the Independent Spirit Awards. This December? No, February.
Yeah.
It was just before the Academy Awards. Where when he accepted the award, it's a smaller thing. It's an Independent Spirit Award. It's not as masturbatory as the Oscars are. There's a little more, it feels more genuine, just because it is the Independent Spirit Awards. And when he accepted his award, he was obviously. You saw the clip, right? Yeah, we talked about it. You're right. Sorry. Yeah. He felt very humble in a way he usually doesn't seem in other interviews. And he tried to joke about it. He even the speech, he made the speech like a weird Adam Sandler voice to kind of mask his humbleness. But he actually appreciated it. And the same thing, the Hollywood Reporter does these things, especially around award season, where they have these roundtable discussions with directors or actors or writers. And this year they had leading actors roundtable with Adam Driver and Robert De Niro, some other people I can't remember, Shia LaBeouf, and then Adam Sandler and someone else I don't remember. But the thing was, Adam Sandler felt so awkward in their company, sort of like, because they're all super accomplished actors, and he, while he has proven himself to be a good actor in Punch Drunk Love and other movies, maybe even feels himself that he doesn't really fit in.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he, without that push from the right people, maybe doesn't want to make real movies, and instead just goes for the movie he knows he can make and make money off of.
Yeah, I think, not that I know of, obviously neither of us know, but I think he sees himself as a comedian who sometimes can make serious movies, not as an actor. And I think that's the issue. If he just saw himself as an actor and tried to be an actor, not a comedian, maybe it's too late now. I don't know. But he could. I was gonna say he can make a great acting career, but I don't know.
Well, no. I mean, he could keep making good movies.
Yeah.
But I also want to say, though, I don't want him to stop making Adam Sandler movies, because from time to time they're actually entertaining. Like we said, I really enjoyed Waterboy. I really enjoyed Wedding Singer. Sometimes they're good. It just he needs to pick and choose a little more. Not Netflix wants me to make 10 new movies. I'll do it. Give me 2 years. Not that.
Yeah, I'll say, for me, if I could decide, I'll say he should take a step back, be a little more picky, because he has the money. He doesn't need
picky, yes.
He just step back and wait for scripts come to him.
Yeah.
And pick and choose one. Not try to write one, not produce one. Just sit in his mansion and wait for good movies to come to him.
Yeah.
And pick a good one. Because we don't need more Adam Sandler produced and written movies.
No.
We have enough.
We don't need.
We have more than enough.
Yeah, and when you made the schedule for this podcast, that you noticed, starting in the 2000s, he makes at least one movie every year.
Yeah.
With some exception, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Right. that was a good point. I was gonna raise this. So this movie came out the same year as Mr. Deeds.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, it's the same 2002.
Oh, right.
This is his comeback after his 2 years of hiatus. Not that he ever left the what do you say?
The public's mind.
Yeah, the public's mind. He never disappeared in that way, but
no.
And I say this is an interesting comeback to make the best movie so far in his career.
Yeah.
And the most bland movie of his career.
He was like, I really want to express myself, and Paul really lets me do that, but I'm not making any money off of it. So let's make a remake of Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, what can I say?
Yeah. And next year, 2003, he only made one movie though.
It's Anger Management, right?
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one. I remember liking that one. Not like I'm liking this one, but
no, I remember liking parts of it.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, obviously. I always liked Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
But there was, I remember it was very, this part was good, this was very bad, this was good, this was very bad. That's very segmented. That's how I remember the movie.
Yeah.
Very hit and miss throughout, so.
Yeah.
But again, it's, if I remember correctly, a perfect role for him.
Anger Management.
Yeah, a normal guy who just explodes.
Yes,
and this is a movie about someone who explodes.
It's another Adam Sandler movie. He's even a little bit of an underachiever in it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, well, we'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we start wrapping up, because I think we're getting close to the end here, right? We're gonna do the rating and then look at the spreadsheet. But first, Rasmus kept commenting in the comments here. Commenting in the comments, yeah. He mentioned here, as you say, he explodes in Punch Drunk Love in a similar way as he does in his comedies. Yeah, exactly. But the context and setting is right for it, and that's why this character works where Billy doesn't. And then he mentioned here, he should continue working with directors such as Paul Thomas Anderson and Noah Baumbach. And here's something I didn't think of. He says, I would like to see him in a Coen Brothers movie. That could probably work. Like, to do a...
Yeah.
Because they do comedies. Weird comedies, but they do comedies.
Yeah. Could work.
That would be interesting.
I personally is not a super big fan of Coen Brothers. I think they have made some amazing movies, but not everything they touch is gold, as everyone seems to think.
No, I agree. They have some movies I don't like, but overall
I'd say
I do
personally they haven't made a good movie in a while.
Not one that stands out, but I like some of their classics. But I really I was supposed to say recently, but it's 11 years ago. But I really liked The Serious Man. But anyway. And then he also mentioned, hell, why not a David Fincher movie? Ooh, remember when Fincher cast Tyler Perry in Gone Girl? That's true. Tyler Perry was good in that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. A smaller role in a Fincher movie. But does Fincher do movies? Doesn't he just do Netflix now?
I don't know. No, I don't think he does movies anymore.
Yeah. Well, they've both done stuff for Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
True.
Yeah, good point. But let's get to the rating.
Yeah.
I didn't align this. Let's see how it looks.
Also, there was only one of the regulars in this one, right?
Yes, Bob Smigel, and I added him to the spreadsheet. I had to reset the spreadsheet though, so we're gonna have to. I can mark them afterwards because in this movie there's only one regular, and that's Bob Smigel, and he's in 2 scenes. But let's do the leaderboard. Let's see if I didn't align it at all. Let's see if I can do that. Where did I put it? There it is. There we go. Sorry. Right. So, what would you rate it out of 100?
This is a hard one. Um, it's the first high scoring.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to say how high I should put it because I I am a little destroyed after these other movies. So I mean I'm like my first thought was like 97, but yeah, that's a little too high. It's not
It's a little
that
too
great.
high. No.
It's
there
not
are
a perfect
flaws.
movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you compare it with Little Nicky,
Oh yeah,
come
it's
on,
100.
yeah.
It's 110. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say like 82, I think.
I'll put down 82.
Yeah.
Yeah, 82 out of 100. And I will concur. It's a great movie. I won't go that high though, but I'm very close. But I'm closer to the Metascore, 78. 78 out of 100. Because I would probably go like 79 or like a flat 80. I'll put down, you know what? I'm putting down 80. That's very close to your. There we go.
I'm definitely gonna start recommending this movie to people.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I've mentioned it before, but now I'm gonna really push for it for people to watch it.
Yeah. Because it is but it's that kind of movie. Maybe that's part of Adam Sandler's plan as well, because I mean, if you mention like, oh, we should watch an Adam Sandler movie, even like, I don't know, film snobs or whatever you want to call it, they would probably say one of his comedies over this. I mean, not film snobs, but people that you know enjoy movies, because this isn't like a movie night movie. It can be, and it should be. I'm always pushing for that when I'm hanging out with friends. Like, I want to watch weird movies when we're gonna casually watch a movie. Never happens, but it happens sometimes, but very, very seldomly. So maybe that's why Adam Sandler likes to do a lot of stupid comedies instead, because he knows people are gonna watch them. But yeah, people should give this a shot.
Yeah.
And I always think so with quirky, weirder, smaller movies. People should give it a shot, and they could actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of those.
And this definitely, well, we're gonna come to that later on, but from several years now, I've been really pushing Reign Over Me when people are talking about Adam Sandler is a bad actor and I dislike Adam Sandler. I always push Reign Over Me because I love that movie. But this movie is gonna be taking that spot for me from now on.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. We're gonna talk about that when we get to Reign Over Me, but yeah, this one is. I think this one is better than Reign Over Me.
Yeah.
But I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's about it. We're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna do the spreadsheet. I gotta redo the spreadsheet. And as we said, there's only one regular in this, so but yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We did over an hour for just one movie.
Yeah.
You see, when there's interesting things to talk about, it's easier to talk at length.
That's why I put this as
a single
one
movie.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if we did this and Mr. Deeds in the same episode.
Mr. Deeds was bad. Okay, so Power Shock Love. Yeah, and next week there's 2 movies, I think.
Oh. I'm
not misremembering.
I haven't looked at the Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Isn't it? No.
Fixed Anger Management and 51st Dates.
It is? Okay.
I think I put. I'll double check.
Here we go. Yeah. Where is it? Anger Management. Yeah. That's true.
No.
Week 11. 50.
Yeah.
No. Anger Management and 51st Dates. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the first movie in this series that I haven't watched before. 51st Dates.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it.
I know I've seen both those movies, but it's only once, and it was several years ago.
Yeah.
It didn't leave an impression.
Right. But yes. Well, if you wanna follow along next week, be sure to watch Anger Management and 50 First Dates. I think they're both on Netflix, at least here in Europe or Sweden. But yeah, thank you to people watching in the stream, watching live. Thank you, Rasmus Jonsson. And to everyone watching in the archives, thank you for listening to us banter. And we'll see you next week. But until then, have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.